Hello and welcome to Lord Fenton Gaming Plays Neverwinter Nights. I'm your host Lord Fenton. In today's Lord Fenton Gaming's infamous builds, we are going to do the Dragon Force Druid. That is right. This Druid has the ability to get Dragon form before level 40. And second, he has spells to back it up. Also, he has summons to help him out too, in case there is trouble or you ran out of your Dragon forms. Either way, this is a very powerful build for a Druid. Yes, we're going to go pure Druid on it because you get a lot of bonuses and such, and especially to Wisdom. So now let's go build our character. You can become male, female, it doesn't matter. Now race, you need to become human so you get that extra feat at level 1. Very important. You can select the other races, however you're going to miss out on a feat and possibility to get the Dragon form sooner. Portraits, you can pick any. Now if you have your own, bravo, I give you big time salutes for that. And now the class we're going to pick is the Druid. We're going 1 through 40 with the Druid. That's very easy for this build. Since we're also going to go put all wisdom points for our Druid, he's going to be a very powerful caster. And when he shifts, he's going to be even more powerful, especially when you get that Dragon form, which I'll demonstrate later in the video why it's so OP'd. So Druids are also like clerics, however they're more like nature-attuned clerics and such, where they cast nature-like spells and such, and it can also heal too, which is very good. Nice alternative to the cleric class. Now, alignment is very strict. You gotta be neutral in anything. You cannot be lawful good, cannot be lawful evil, cannot be chaotic good, cannot be chaotic evil. You gotta be neutral. I'm picking true neutral because, well, it reminds me of Dungeons & Dragons 2.0 where you can only become true neutral in a Druid, and I like to stick to that. Now, abilities, let me explain how this is going to go down. Wisdom, we're going to max out to 18 because the more wisdom points you get, faster you get to 30 also because you need 30 wisdom in order to get the dragon shape form, aka dragon form. That's why I call it the Dragon Force Druid build. Strength I did to 12 for now in case he needs to go melee. Dex 10, it's alright. Constitution 12, I did that too. Intelligence 10 and Charisma 10. He's not going to get much skill points, but still, he'll survive in case he runs out of magic and such. And also, it's a good idea to put those points up because when you shift, certain those abilities go up depending on your basic setup. Now let's go to package and configure it. First of all, I put Animal Empathy because 4 points, this is very especially useful for beginning game and some instances of the expansion and such where you can have like minions or animal minions. Use them as cannon folder. So this way your summon survives longer and you just have a animal foe who you just instantly charm on your side. Just do not use any spells like grease or anything like that. You'll break it. Now concentration is obvious because you're a caster. More concentration points, less likely to get interrupted. Now I did persuade this is optional because of one reason. The main campaigns and such, you want to talk your way out of it. And with a Druid you can definitely talk your way out of it. Well, at least with my Druid. If you don't like that, then you put other skill points and such. Such as spot, and you can make them a lockpicker and such. Now spellcraft, yes. So this way you can identify what kind of spells your foes are casting, you can counter them. That's right, you want to max it out ASAP too. And last but not least, tumble, you want to move around, especially in your shape forms. You get more of that. It's a cross-class skill, so you need total 4 points to get 2. So that's good. So now let's go into our feats. Now let's get into the feats that our Druid shall select. I did spell focus concentration because they're going to be summoning creatures and such, and using summoning type of spells too. That's what you use for Druids to focus on that, and toughness because you want those hit points right away. They'll get very good hit points. Now for your pets, many guys say go with the bear, the panther. Those are actually good choices. The bear you could do 5 through 10 if you want to. You can also change your pets too in between leveling. Now me personally, I love the dire wolf. That's my go-to pet for a Druid. Because the strength and the dexterity is crazy, and the constitution is not bad either. And 12 wisdom is decent. And I like it. I like that outright. It's a good animal too. pick any what you want, but I suggest Direwolf for best results, because like I said, 5 through 10 you can switch to Bear, then you go back to the Direwolf. You might as well go full 9 with Direwolf and just buff him up as your tank for a while. Alright, I just named him Kevin for a joke. Now, the next part is all optional the way your character looks. You can make him look any way what you want. You can have like a half-drow druid. You know he has a human template. Still, that's what I like about this game. Disappointment is I wish the enhanced edition has more heads and stuff you could play with. But the dev says they don't want to break that game. So now you can pick any hairstyle, hair color, whatever you want, etc., etc. You can have a green beard and stuff. I thought of that, but I said, oh, okay, not a good idea. Now, my other gripe for both versions, until probably the enhanced version Dice Camera Action, was Druids and Rangers didn't have enough voice. That was my only problem, but still, this is optional wherever you want to do. You can even do your own voice pack too if you want to. If you do that, that's bravo right there. However, that voice pack won't be in the original campaign and such. Your own custom one, but still, pick any what you want, which feels more Druid-light and such. Fortunately, they don't have in this guide, or I should say game. So after that, you should be ready to go. Our next section in the video will be leveling. That is correct. We'll be leveling our Dragon Force Druid to get Dragon Force ASAP. Well, we are now into leveling our Dragon Force Druid. Now, the first beginning levels will be rough for the Dragon Force Druid because lack of shape-shifting and such until you get your first one. So now let's get to level 2. We're going Druid all the way, by the way. No other builds and such like that. If I want to do anything like that, I'll do a future video possibly on the Shifter. That's a good candidate. Now we're going to max out Empathy, Concentration. This is very simple for the skills. You're going to be doing that for all 40 levels. No sidetrack or anything like that. And then you do Spellcraft and you do Tumble. You have to leave for now. You pick your Direwolf. This is where you could change your pet too. So now let's talk about the next level, is level 3 for the Druid class. Again, it's going to be the same skills: Empathy, Concentration, Persuasion if you want that. Optional for anything else. Spellcraft, and now you put points into Tumble. So now let's go pick our feats. Let's go down the list, shall we? And we're going to pick Spell Focus, Evocation. That's our nukes. Why are you having a Shifter focus build with spellcrafting such? Well, here's why. When you run out of shift forms and you have to shift back to heal or anything like that, well, those spells will help for Druids. They're very powerful. Again, you can pick your whatever pet you want. I say keep with the Direwolf. Now we're at level 4 Druid next. Now, all abilities from here on out will be Wisdom. We're going to get Wisdom for anything. We're going to race to 30. Yes, that is correct. So now you do Animal Empathy, Concentration, Persuade, or the other skill you want to pick, Spellcraft, and Tumble we can't do just yet. And there we go, +1 Wisdom. We got 19. We're about 11 away from 30 Wisdom points. Now we're at level 5. Again, pick your skills and such. There we go. And let's see what new toys we're going to get. Okay, Wild Shape. That's what we get next. I'll explain that in the next level phase. So now you pick Concentration, Persuade, Animal Empathy, Spellcraft, and Tumble. Now we got another feat to get. Now we can use Wild Shape 2 times a day. I did was extend spells so I could extend my buffs more, especially on myself or the pet. And now real quick is alright, that is it for that level. So we're now officially level 6. Now real quick, Wild Shape, you can turn the bears, panthers, and such. Pick the bear form. It's very good. I'll explain that again later if I need to. There we go. Same thing with the skills, no feats for that level. And we have Wild Shape 3 times a day. That is correct. It's very good, so I mean, I would use it until you get Elemental Shape. Now we're going to pick Druid again. Obviously Wisdom. Now we have 20 Wisdom. That is 10 points to go till 30. You need 30 for Dragon Shape form. And you got to be in the Epic levels too. So once you get your Epics, you get the 30. you're powerful. Same thing on the skills and the pet if you want to keep the wolf. Alright, next up is the druid, level 9, obviously. Skills will all be the same though. I always say that for this build, otherwise if it's something else different I'll mention it. So now we get venom immunity. We're immune to venom and such, like poisons and such. We also got greater spell focus conjugation because our summons and anything with the conjure spells in it is more powerful now. So now we're going to go druid, which is level 10 next. We're halfway through our basic 1 through 20 levels. That is good. Your skills are the same, and your pet you could change if you want to or keep it. I say keep it. So now we're at level 11 druid, and we just got the same thing with the skills. Persuade if you want to keep that path. Some people don't like that, they switch to another cross-class skill. I did it for the campaigns basically. So now we're at level 12 druid, and we're going to get another ability point, which is wisdom. So we got 21 wisdom, 9 to go, folks. So again, your skills are the same, pick whatever you want to pick, but still concentration, spellcraft, tumble, and animal empathy is important. You want those animal summons, those are important. Now we got another feat, greater spell focus evocation. So now our nukes are much more potent, such like that. It's real nice. Yes, druids can nuke too. They're very good too. I got some great spells too for nuking. In case you run out of your shape forms. Unless you get the unlimited shapes, then yeah, you're alright. Again, we're going to pick the skills what we need to get. We're at level 13 at this point. And it's pretty good so far. We already got 13 levels covered. And we're going to get to 7 to go. So this is very good so far, this build. You start to go around this level, you start to see the difference in your builds and such, which is real powerful. Around 13, 14. There we go. And no more feats for that level. Now we're at level 15. Same thing with the skills, what you want. Like I said, the other ones I suggest are better. And now we have a new feat to play with. That is right, we're going down the list. There's no weapon feats, by the way. You don't need weapons for this. We're going to do empower spell. Yes, our spells will be more empowered. For instance, nukes. That's what you want. And druid's got some good nukes. Like for example, Inferno. You empower that, it's very good too. Now we're at level 16. Like I said before, at level 16, you know what that means? Free ability point. And we are going to pick this time wisdom. Yes, we got 8 wisdom points to go. Trust me, you can get that before 40. Dragon shape form. Pick the skills like I'm picking. Unless you don't like persuade, you change it to the one you want to do, but still, it's up to you. Now we're 4 levels away. We're going to get into level 17, which will make it 3 levels away from 20, which will finish off our basic levels, which is good news indeed. There we go. And now we're going to get to 18. But beforehand, I want to show everybody what I just got. Let's see here. Wild shape. I said before you could change into a bear. I think if I remember right, elemental form too. Yes, now we get to change into elementals, which is fire, water. Water's your best, I think, nuker, and the other one, air, is the best tank, if I remember right. Those are your 2 forms you should shape into. One for nuking and one for tanking until you get dragon form, and then yeah, keep that form. But keep those as backups though. And now we're at level 18 druid. And right there, spellcrafting, tumble. And we're going to go down the list and grab, let's see, quicken spells. So our spells will be cast quicker. However, we need to remember it'll be 4 spells up. Like for example, if it's a level, you're a level 4 cast, level 5 caster, I should say. That means your level 1 spells will be quicken because of the +4, right? So this is like a good option for some of your favorite druid spells on the lower level tier you want to quickly cast and just throw off. So now we're at level 19. We're closing in on 20 and started the epic, so that's the great news there. That's when a lot of things happen. By then you should be at the Hordes of the Underdark campaign, starting our some progress into that, so that's the good news. Now we're at level 20. 1 through 20 levels are basically done. We got 23 wisdom now, another point into that. Animal empathy, concentration, persuade if you want to, spellcraft, and tumble. You should know the drill by now. This is very easy for skills on the build. Now we're in the epic zone. Yes, that's when all the good feats come out from this point on. So from 21 through 40, the skills are going to be the same. So I won't mention much on them. However, at this point you're starting to get halfway through Hordes in the Underdark. So keep that in mind. You see some mega changes, which is very good. So now our feats, before we do our wisdom stack up, real quick, you get the automatic spell, automatic quicken spell, and Dragon Form plus any other cool druid stuff. So we'll pick epic spell focus conjugation because we might need our summons, we might need something to conjure things up, which is real nice, especially for druids. So we're on level 22 now for the druid. Skills are the same as before. This is very easy build for skills. You don't need to change anything, don't need to hold anything and such. Pets, keep your dire wolf, it's the best. Even though at this point you're not going to use your pet much because you're using shapes more, and good news because our last level we just got our unlimited animal shape form, which is good. So now we're at level 23. Build skills you need to build up. At this point you're starting to see the difference right here and such. No feats for this level because 24 will be a mega feat level. Yes, we're going to do wisdom. Again, we're rushing to 30. Yes, you get anything else after that. Some people even rushed to 30 beforehand and took some champion tournament levels for the feats. However, your spell casting suffers a little bit. Still, it's all good. Now we got 3 wisdom points and our animal, so that's good. So we're at 26 wisdom already. 4 to go. Now we're at level 25 druid, so this is very good. We're starting to wrap up Hordes of the Underdark. Yes, that is right. We're wrapping that up almost. There we go. And now we're going to be at 26 druid, which is real good. Your skills should be the same. This is very easy for that, like I said before. So we'll build that out where we want. Our pet. Now, next one is 27. Yeah. This is where you're almost beating the game, or you have one more level to do, then you beat Hordes of the Underdark. So this is going to be very simple. Greater Wisdom 3. Now we have a total of 27 Wisdom, so 3 points to go, which is great. And now we're going to do some Wisdom. You pick a druid. Wisdom should be 28. That's 2 to go at level 28. So that's real good so far, folks. Real good. Pick that spellcraft, tumble, and Greater Wisdom focus. That is very easy at this point. See? And dire wolf. And wisdom's useful for spells too, mind you, for druids. Now we're out of the Hordes of the Underdark with 1 wisdom point left. So we'll have to depend on feats to get that and Dragon Form. So we can just pick your druid, fill out your skill points. Now at this point you should probably go to Persistent Worlds or Beyond Epic mods, which is real good. So now we're at level 30 druid. So good news is if we get our wisdom point here, our next feat's going to be Dragon Form. Now you could get some feats for from Champion Torm and such. We can get epics for them. However, you can lose some casting points. So now we have a total of 30 wisdom. So that's the good news. We have to wait the next feat level to get Dragon Form, the most powerful form for the druid in the game, and most OP'd feat in the game too, I believe. Now I tried it out. It'll be in the video. There we go. Now we're going to be at level 32. We're going to gain a stat point, which is wisdom. Yeah, everything's going to be wisdom at this point. You should know the pattern. There we go. Dragon shape. Pick it. Trust me. At level 32 you have it. Now be forewarned, I put up the spells later on for backup in case those persistent worlds will nerf this or eliminate it entirely, but still it's great to have in case, say, Beamdog has a DLC sequel or something like that. But I'm going to hotbar. You can either become red, blue, or green. I pick red. They're nasty. So now we got Dragon Form. What we should get next? The automatic quicken spells, because it'll give us a nice bonus for the higher level spells to quicken too, instead of certain ones they'll be stuck at. For instance, if it's level 9 you're at, then I believe level 5 spells will be quick, and you want to go beyond that. So we're going to do automatic quicken spell 1. Yes, we're going to start building up our caster resume. In case you're on those servers or mods that'll eliminate Dragon Form. If they don't, then abuse Dragon Form to its content. Now we're at level 34 for the Druid. Let's max out your skills, what you need to max, and keep whatever pet you want. At this point, pets are not that great no more, but still, it's nice to have for a cannon folder. And real quick about automatic quicken spells. This feat right here will seriously quicken your spells to cast. So if you want to cast, say, Flame Lash after you did harm on a foe real quick, that is great. We're going to max that out now. So now we're at level 35 for the Druid. So yeah, we're getting close to Kaplan at this point in the video. So there you go. And now we're going to get to 36 Druid. And we're going to do Wisdom so our spells will benefit from that and such. Yeah, you want to go all Wisdom from this point on. There we go. And automatic quicken spell 2, so now we get quicken any level 4 through 6 spells. The next one will be very awesome at 7 and 9. So we got one more feat to pick, and I decided to do number 3, which is quicken any 7 to 9 spells. So now we're in being awesome land. Now we're at our level 37 Druid. Yes. At this point, our main skills are 40, and the other one's at 20 tumble, so that's good. And now we're going to go for level 38 next, so we're getting closer to 40. And we're almost capping out our skills, and next level we'll cap out our cross skills. So we're at level 39. Our cross skills will be cap, which is tumble. So we have a good tumble to do. There we go. And there we go. And now let's pick our final feat, I believe, for the level. I might be wrong. And that is Armor Skin. I picked that to give us a little bit extra AC boost at this point. And I picked the Dire Wolf. You could pick a greater spell Evocation. It's up to you on that. Now we're going to do the last level for Druid, which is Wisdom to max out. Max out Empathy, Concentration and Persuasion, and Spellcraft. Tumble's already maxed out since it's a cross-class skill. Oh, we got one more, so what we're going to do is pick Epic Spell Focus Evoke. I picked a Wisdom. Okay, you could do either one of those two at this point. So now we're done with the basic build. Our next portion of the video will be spells, in case you can't use Dragon Form you want to cast. So let's get to it. Now we're at the demonstration part of the arena and such. So real quick about the can-up spells, the 0 spells. I did Cure Minor Wounds, that's for healing such first, and I did Resistance to buff our spell resistance. Virtue gives us hit points and such, 1 or 2 hit points, mainly 1. Flare's alright, which is you want to do a little damage, and it's okay. And I did Virtue for 1 or 2 hit points, mainly 1, but still, it's nice to have. I did Light, it's alright, unless you get those vision items. So let's go to our level 1 spells. Endure Elementals. Gives nice little resistance against elementals and such. Entangle, that means it'll trap enemies and vines and such. I would not use it against your animal empathy animals, but use it still. And one thing is it's very good to hold enemies so you can nuke them. Other one is Grease, is very good too. And if your foes fell down and if you have freedom, that's Coup de Grace. That's very powerful for a Druid who's going to use a sling in the range or melee and such. And I did Cure Light Wounds. Also, that was very good for backup heal. Ultra Vision in case I want to see in the dark. You can also use Magic Fang. That's a pretty good one too there. Summon creatures alright, however Yamel's already good enough for that. So let's get to level 2 quickly. Now this is the order of importance for spells I have. For instance, Bark Skin. That's very good. You could buff your pet up such. I use that for my pet, or I use it on myself. It's very good. Bull Strength, I use that definitely on my pet, and maybe myself, but more of the pet. Blood Frenzy is like Druid's version of Rage for Berserkers, but it's a mini Rage. It's pretty good to have. And Flame Lash, this is great for if you're damaging foes and you want to finish them off from, say, harm. But don't use it overall as a nuke because it's a weak direct damage spell, but it's great for one of those. Now let's get to level 3. Now I did one of those, I think it was extend the bark skin, that's what I did for the druid, so this way he'll extend it for the pet, which is very good. Also I extended the bull strength and the rage one, the blood rage one. Call lightning, this is great for outdoors. If you're outdoors, this is good direct damage. It's bad if you're indoors because you can't cast it. Protection from elementals are great, you always want to have that for caster builds. I did cure moderate wounds. Now Magic Fang is good, greater one for animals such, it's alright. If you don't want it, you could take it out. Now we're at level 4. I did some Empower, which I did Bull Strength. I extended the Shield one and I empowered the Flame Lash. And Flame Strike's very good. It's like a small AoE spell on enemies and such. Great fire spell too. You're starting to get the good stuff. Freedom Movement, that's great too, so you cast that, then you go cast Grease, and you can start coup de gracing foes. Stone Skin's very good, so self buff for you, however it gives you more protection than Bark Skin. That should be for you and you only. And Freedom Movement, like I said before, freedom from paralyzation, slow and such like that, cast that and then go cast Grease. It's fun times. So now we're at level 5. Death Ward, this is the one you should have for your caster yourself so you avoid death spells. Another one to have, I believe, is Owl's Insight. This gives you a wisdom buff. This is especially great for druids and such because they can buff their wisdom, and it's very deadly with that. Their spells are more deadly and such. Spell Resistance, another protection spell. That's very good. Resist more spells. That's what you want. Yes, the druid stocks start to go up real badly. Vine Mine's great. I picked the Entangle one. I drop one, run away, lure 4 foes to it, stand back and cast, or cast Freedom Movement and stand back and shape and just go nuts. This is a great AoE spell, Ice Storm. It's effective against a larger crowd and such. They'll slow down too. They can take damage too, and it's very good. So yes, this is like awesome at this point for the druid build. And spells. It's kind of like the cleric too. That's why the divine casters are very good in this game, real good. Inferno, that's another great spell too for level 5. That's a must have. Now Slay Living is used to kill living creatures. If not, they take damage. Either way, it's a very good spell to have. Real good. So now we're going to get to level 6. Now, many guys say don't take greater stone skin and cast it. I'm taking it because it's very good. It's another protection for myself only, which is real good at this point of the video. So that's very good. Now, another one we have is Stone Hold. This holds down enemies and paralyzes them. If they try and swarm you, cast that. Or if you see a bunch nearby, you cast it on one. A whole bunch of them gets hold, then that's fun. Now, Drown is an evil spell that, well, it drowns your foes and such, and they get damaged like crazy. They could get killed by that too. And now we have empower spells. We did Flame Strike, I think. I did, yeah, Slay Living I empowered, and I did the other one too. So that's very good. So now we're at level 7. Roar of Vitality gives you plus 4 bonus to Strength, Constitution, and Dexterity. That's excellent. Creeping Doom gives bugs out in the area. Foes need to move out. It's one of those lure spells. They'll stay in and they'll move out. Then you can do whatever you want to them, which is great. Now, True Seeing, you can spot invisible enemies, hidden enemies, and such. This is a real good sight spell. And I did also Firestorm. That's another great area effect spell, and it's deadly. Heal and Harm is great. Harm is used for the living. 1d4 hit points they'll have left, then you Flame Lash them. Heal you use on the undead. 1d4 hit points, then you Flame Lash them on the undead. Either way, they die. Now we're at the oh my god spells, level 8. And first thing off is Premonition. Gives you more AC and such for yourself. And you get to predict what's going on in the future. You cast that. It's a nice buff to have. It's one of the most great ones. Nature's Balance. drops your enemy's resistance and such, and your friends are healed in the area too, so that's a great double whammy. One for them to get hit with and one for you to hit with. Sunburst is great anti-undead spell. You can destroy vampires. This is a vampire clearer. Other undeads might get blind, then you can do whatever you want to afterwards. And last but not least, Finger of Death. It's another one of those slay the living spells. If they don't make a save, they instantly die. Otherwise, they take damage. It's pretty good though. So I did was I also empowered the Virtue one. Also on this level I empowered Firestorm and Premonition. So let's get to the last one. Storm of Vengeance is a great spell. Enemies surround you, they take damage, and then they get stunned, and you move out of the way and just laugh while the enemies are stunned and such. If they're immune to stun, well, you just gotta improvise or shapeshift. And Elemental Storm I pick in case my pet goes, and I just summon elementals to help me out. It's a great way for many distractions. They all come and will help you, by the way. So, in a nutshell, that's it for the spells and such. Also, one more thing, Mass Heal I keep for myself for persistent service and such, or you want to group on such. So now let's get to the Dragon Form demonstration or video everybody's been waiting for. So, you're playing on one of the modules that somebody else made, or you got lucky with Hordes in Underdark and such. So before we change our dragon form, we're going to buff up our pet and such as if we're casting. Yes, you want to buff yourself up and everybody up for one reason only, is because this way you could, you know, get powerful and such, and those buffs will actually, I believe, carry over to the shape form. And you're going to see the stats on this thing. This thing is like nasty for the stats. Look at it now. For us it's like it's not much even with buffs. However, later on it is extremely nasty. We'll cast our Frenzy instead of Aurora Vitality, and there we go. Once we cast that, we'll change into dragon form and go after those liches and trowels. Now you're gonna see why this dragon form's OP as heck. Just keep on walking and just keep on attacking. Yes, I went for the Drow Warrior. You can't Dragon Breath, unfortunately, but your hits are very hard because you have 58 strength. Yes, you got 58 strength. At this point, I was trying to look for enemies to kill. There's the Drow High Mage. I have my pet there for cannon folder in case beforehand as a demonstration, so this way I shift. You have 3 shifts. Look at that, 56 strength, 40 dex, 38 constitution. And right away that Drow's going down. On the left is the Doom Commander. He is all alone. Yes, Dragon Form is OP. That's why we rushed to it ASAP for you Druids out there. We have 56 strength and such, so we switch back. It's low. But that's it for the build today. Well, that's it for our Dragon Force Druid build. With the power of the Druid could shape into dragons and epic levels, could destroy things. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Please like, comment, and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, everybody.